Hi, my name is Kevin Ream. I'm the Vice President and General Manager at Crownline Boats. And for this year's marketing video, I'd like to share with you some very important, deeply personal concepts about defining who we are as a company, what we stand for. I also want to talk about what the personality of our 240 plus employees represents. I want to talk about what our recipe for success in the marketplace is. And lastly, I want to talk about what's been our greatest success and the most satisfaction since we've launched our video library starting last year, and what concerns me the most. So these are topics that you can't measure in design. It's something you can't touch or feel in the product. This is about the character and the DNA of who our company is. And so I want to talk to you from the heart about the things that matter the most here at Crownline. So let's talk about point number one. How would you best describe who Crownline is and what we stand for? Do you know, I get that question a lot when I talk to new dealer prospects or even people within the industry that ask me to give quotes for articles they'd like to write about our company. I think the best way to describe Crownline is with two words. It's design driven. Our company is all about delivering world-class product to the marketplace. We deliver 4 new boats, a minimum of 4 new boats each year to the marketplace, and we do that by delivering highly sophisticated sports car style. Now let's talk about how do you lead in product? What does design driven mean? That means that you've got to be totally committed to having new product as a vital part of who you are. It means it's your lifeblood. It's what you feed off of. And to do that, we are set up to do all of our new product in-house. I have 17 people in our pro department that focus on nothing but new product from the minute they walk in here to the minute they go home. I have 2 people in the R&D department. We also have our design team, and myself personally spend probably 70% of my total time in product. What does it mean to be a design-driven company? It means that we have a balanced approach between stern drive and outboard. It's a dual mandate approach. That way we're servicing 2 sections of the marketplace. We're embracing the trend and the shift towards growing outboard sales without ever compromising our stern drive product line. And you always have to be willing to obsolesce your own product. And that's probably the biggest topic to talk about. Meaning we put forward some exciting new boats, and even a year, 2 years, 2.5 years after they've been in the marketplace, we're ready to tear them up, start over because we can do better. And to have that mindset, to always be willing to obsolesce your own product is what's key to being the leader in the market. So let's even take all the emotion out of this conversation. If you take a look at our entire product line, 21 to 30 feet, we have between 16 or 17 models, depending on which model year you measure, in that section of the marketplace. And the average age of all of these models is 1.72 years old, which means the average age of 16 or 17 models is less than 2 years. You only have that kind of a commitment to product. You only have that kind of leadership quality if you're always driving to be the best. Crownline is a design-driven company. We want to lead. We're not afraid to obsolesce our own designs, and we're not afraid to continue to push to be better. For topic number 2, I'd like to talk about what is the personality of our 240 plus employees. What does the Crownline employee stand for? The truth of the matter is, I think the best boat builders in the world come to work every day and walk through the doors here at Crownline. And to have that, you have to have 240 people all going in the same direction, all wanting the same thing, and all having the shared vision that you want to be the best. You never compromise anything and never deliver anything less than quality. We don't cut any corners in our build process, and we never will. But if you really want to drill down on the personality that makes Crownline special, I'd like to break that up into 2 groups. I'd like to talk about the personality of my design team and my product team. Now these 19 people, they're artists. They come to work every day. We design all of our boats from scratch. That means we conceive them, we put them on paper, we spread the bondo, we create the parts, and we do it all from scratch right here in Southern Illinois, right here at our factory. And it's not uncommon for me to walk out at 6 o'clock, 7 o'clock at night if I'm here late and sit in the part that we're creating. Sit in every seat and make sure the recline angles are perfect. Sit and make sure that there's always easy within reach grab handles or cup holders. Make sure the boats ergonomically are correct to embrace everybody's comfort. And a lot of times, I'm not the only one there. When I pull my team together, we talk about things that are special to us. We talk about our team delivering the next knockout blow with product. My guys got an attitude. They are competitive. They want to win. And they come every day ready to push the envelope. And when I throw down a challenge, like I have for 2019, to deliver 5 new boats to the market, they didn't panic. They didn't step back. They didn't say we couldn't do it. They said, let's do it. They wanted to do more. We want to win. We want to win in this marketplace, and nobody's going to lay down their business and hand it over to us. You have to take what you want. You have to take the business to grow your company. And we're really focused on delivering highly sophisticated sports car styles to the marketplace. My guys in product, they got an attitude. So now let's talk about our single greatest competitive advantage, and that's the other 220 plus employees here at Crownline. See, our company has a blue collar feel, and that means that we are honest, hardworking people that come to work every day. We want to make a difference. We want to do the best job we can. We go home and tomorrow we start all over again. And that's about our culture. Our culture is a can-do, will overcome culture. And how you build that is every 90 days, we pull all of our employees together and we talk about where we are as a company, where we're going, and in detail how we're going to get there. And we talk about the fact that everything everyone does matters. And what I mean by that is, let's just share with you a private conversation that I had with our setup crew, our canvas crew, and our cleaning crew right before our annual dealer meeting. Now, the dealer meeting is the most important week of our business year by far. And I pulled everybody together and I said to the team, listen, you're not going to believe this, but everything that you folks are going to do here in the next 2 days of setup is going to have more impact than anything I'll ever say in my 3-hour business meeting. And what I mean by that, if the boats aren't right, if the boats aren't perfect, if you pick up a hatch and something's dirty or something's unfinished, our customers are going to leave here remembering that. They won't remember some of the things that I say and do in our business meeting, but they would remember if the boat didn't meet their expectations. So our whole culture here at Crownline is that everything everybody does matters. And everybody that touches the boat has to add value and has to make it better. And so our single greatest competitive advantage when we pull everybody together for these meetings is the person standing to the right and the person standing to the left. Because you only have one opportunity for that aha moment. The minute that they unpull the cover, pull off the wrap, look at their brand new boat for the first time. It's that aha moment that we're after, where everything you go through from bow to stern is absolutely better than expected. That's a singular moment. It's the one opportunity. And we got to make sure we capture that every time. Because I believe, and everybody here believes, that every boat that leaves our facility is our signature. It's our signature on our agreement to our dealers. It's our signature on our agreement to our retail customers, the 70,000 strong, that we will never deliver anything less than quality. And at the end of the day, after you have a 2 or 3 or 5-year-old ownership experience and you're ready to trade or sell your boat, Crownline is going to deliver the best overall resale value to you if we've done all of these other things right. The greatest competitive advantage at Crownline is our employees. It's the attitude. That's what matters. You can't measure character in a design, in a piece of upholstery, in an engine hatch. It has to be a culture, and it has to show up in the fact that everything everybody does has to matter. So let's talk about point number 3. What's our recipe for success in the marketplace? You know, our approach is very straightforward, but the truth of the matter is all the hard work is in the execution. It's in the day-to-day execution and the consistency of delivering high-quality products. But our recipe for success is very simple. We're always going to lead with new product. We're going to be the new product leader in the industry. We're never going to deliver anything less than quality. We're going to deliver the longest list of standard features in the industry. And by default, we're going to deliver the best overall value relationship and back it by one of the industry's best warranties. That's our recipe for success. Very straightforward, very fundamentally sound, but all the hard work is in the execution. So we're going to keep working hard at it every single day, and that's what makes us different than most other boat companies. For point number 4, let's talk about what's provided the greatest satisfaction for us since we launched this video library last year. Let's talk a little bit about what's also provided me some large concern. Let's take the first part first. Since we launched the videos, I've seen many of my peers at industry events and different things that have seen the videos, and they've actually come up to me and complimented me on the videos, saying, hey, you guys did a really nice job on the videos, and it's good for the industry. Right there is the key point. We invested in these videos and we invested in this process for really 2 reasons. We want to grow and support and see the industry we love thrive and grow. And we also want to tell our story. We want to talk about why we're different, and we want to do so without ever taking a negative approach. We will never single out another brand. We will never go after some individual company and try to attack them for what they do. Now let's talk about some of the phone calls and emails that I've actually received. There's a couple that come to mind right away. I received an email from a gentleman just outside of Detroit. He owned a custom sheet metal business. And he watched our videos. And he sent me an email and he said, you know what, when I'm dealing with large pieces of sheet metal, I design in radiuses to these various side profiles as well. And I understand completely what you're saying to me, how it adds strength, reduces noise and vibration. I do that in my own work. He said, I get it. I was so much impressed with your videos, I went down to your dealer outside of Detroit and I bought a brand new 225. I mean, reading that it's hard to measure the satisfaction you get from that. I was tremendously proud that we were able to send our message and send it in the right way. Let me tell you about another one. I received an email from our dealer just outside of Cincinnati. Said he had been dealing with a couple. This gentleman was a high-level executive at Toyota Motor Company, a global manufacturing powerhouse. And the gentleman and his wife had owned a couple of used Crownlines in the past. Actually, 3 used Crownlines, I believe. They watched our video on a Thursday night together. They watched it again on a Friday, and on Saturday they went down to our dealership in Cincinnati and bought a brand new 275. The dealer was so excited about this whole process, he sent me an email. I reached out to them and sent them an email and thanked them for their business. And I asked them to please, the day you take delivery of the boat, the day you put it on the water, the day you get to enjoy it for the very first time, please let me know if we were able to meet or exceed your expectations. And he wrote back to me and he said, I love the boat. It's greater than we ever thought it would be. He had one question about the dash and this and that. I addressed it right away, and I thanked him for his business. That kind of feeling is what we're after. We want to support the industry, we want to tell our story, and we want to do it in a positive way. Now let me tell you about some of the things that have concerned me since we've launched this video library. As I mentioned, most of our peers, they're supportive of it, but 1 or 2 companies have decided to go negative. And it's frustrating for me because you can imagine, as you peel back the covers and shine the light on design philosophies and things in this industry, not everybody is going to be happy about what we're saying and doing. And I spend a lot of time at different shows listening to different people about what they have to say about our boats. And I take a lot of notes, and I come back and I figure out ways to be better. But I also do the same thing listening to the competition. I spend some time around their booths, and they can't compete on design. They can't compete on the long list of standard features. They can't compete on the overall price. They can't compete on the superior warranty coverage. They can't compete on the best resale value in the industry. They start making up what I call alternative facts. They say things like, Crownlines are overbuilt. The boats are too heavy. They don't perform. You're going to have 2-3 times the fuel consumption than you will in our product. And that's not true. So let me just address something real quick. Yes, our boats are heavier because we don't cut any corners in lamination. We talk about that in detail in one of our design videos. But just because our boat's a little heavier, all that means it sits down a little lower in the water. The only way a heavy boat would cause a performance nightmare is if the boat's unbalanced. If the boat's bow heavy, it would plow down. If it's heavy in the transom, it would bow rise. The fact that a boat is heavier by itself doesn't necessarily mean there's any kind of performance problem. That's point number 1. Number 2, industry press runs all of our new boats. The greatest things that they single out is our performance, our overall performance of our product, how quickly we are deploying, how little bow rise we have. Does that sound like a boat that's unbalanced or overbuilt? No, it sounds like a boat that's exactly the way it should be. So again, there's 1 or 2 brands out there that have decided to go negative. And all I'm asking anybody watching this video is just a few things. Please don't make any decisions, buying decisions, because of a hired gun at a retail sales show that only cares about making a commission. We're in this industry 28 years, and we care about building great boats every single day and standing behind them. Now, at the end of the day, I'm asking you to do this. Just make the commitment that before you make a buying decision, that you're going to see it, touch it, feel it, and drive it. If you do those 4 things, and you don't buy a Crownline, we're completely fine with that. You know why? Because you'll end up making a pretty good decision no matter what brand you buy. It's good for the industry. We think if you go through that see, touch, feel, and drive mentality, more often than not, you're going to end up with a Crownline. But we want you to get there on your own, and we want you to get there in a way that's good for you, your family, and this industry. Now, as I stand here and talk to you, I can assure you a couple things. The video crew that we're working with today has never dealt with someone like me. They've never dealt with someone like me that's going to stand up here and look at the camera and just speak from the heart. They're used to people dealing with scripts and teleprompters and everything else. And I said, no way. I said, no way, because there's only one way to be authentic. There's only one way to truly communicate with someone what you feel, what your passion is. That's what this video is about. That's why it's so special. But I'll tell you what I told them. I never have to worry about what I'm going to say next when I'm telling the truth. Crownline is a special place to work. It's a special company. We deliver special products. And we want a chance to earn your business. And if we do so, you have my word, we're never going to let you down. Thanks for listening.